Good day, everybody. Welcome to Vacsal's 40th anniversary. I'm Ralph Bearwit and I'm your host for tonight. And today we're going to be interviewing people that come through the doors and see what Vacsal means to them and what Vacsal has done for them. So yeah, let's get to it. We're here with Linda Bamblit, aka my nan, and she's the CEO of Vacsal. And with the first question, what does Vacsal mean to you?
To me, Vacsal means an organisation that provides excellent services and advocacy for the community. To me personally, it is my home. I have created such great relationships here with all the staff, and we encourage a sense of family, and that's what we have here at Vacsal. So I'm very happy. Love Vacsal.
And also, one more question. What is your favourite memory that you've had during all your years of working at Vacsal?
There are so many memories. I think one of the proudest achievements that Vacsal had, we won a state training award for our leadership program, and we went to nationals and won a national award, and it was really one of the highlights. And I remember my brother Alf giving the acceptance speech on behalf of Vacsal, and everybody was presented with a little doll so they could spend 5 minutes, but of course Alf, being Alf, was able to talk as long as he liked. It was such an acknowledgement of Alf, and he underpinned what Vacsal meant. Everything about Alf is, this organisation is built on Alf, and it was a lovely memory. There are lots of memories, so many that you can't. When you see young kids dancing, when you see young kids participating in the sports programs, when you see 5,000 to 7,000 people rock up to a senior football netball carnival, I remember quite clearly we had a client day, and this man came and he got a haircut and he got a shave, and when he walked in he was a bit stooped over, but when he walked out he was so proud. And he just stood up so tall and so proud. There are a lot of little things that are favourite memories of Vacsal, and I've been here for 24 years, so really they're limitless.
Our next guest is, we've got Uncle Des here. I don't want to give the introduction, I want to give Uncle Des the introduction, so tell us who you are and how you're involved with Vacsal.
I am Des Morgan. I'm the current chair of Vacsal, been so for a number of years. So probably for the last 30 odd years of the 40 that Vacsal's been going, I've either been a employee or a board member. So,
out of all the 40 years of Vacsal, what has been your favourite memory during those times and you've been affiliated with Vacsal?
I think a lot of memories, but it was more the community involvement of Vacsal and philosophies behind it, like the saying we had in Vacsal is, if no one else will do it, we'll do it. You know, that's the way Vacsal is.
And also another question, Unc. How old was you when you first found out about Vacsal? And could you remember where you was at the time?
Actually, I was the CDO within the department prior to that program being moved over to the Vacsal. So the CDOs were Vacsal's first employees. I found out about Vacsal pretty early on. Mainly through my involvement with the original founder, our family. So, I think I may have been about 25 at the time. 68 now, so it's a long involvement.
Then thanks to you for that, and have a good night. All right, could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Alfie Bamwood, Junior. Used to work for Vacsal for a very long time, but it's great here to be here and to celebrate Vacsal's achievements, especially over the last 40 years of plant.
One of the questions I wanted to ask you was, how old were you when you first became aware of Vacsal?
I remember Dad talking about it when I was probably 50, 60, but being Dad, it was like, where's he going, what's he want to do? But he realises he was all about if there was a gap, fill it, and we had a huge gap in community services. So he got that many programs of people together that's really supported where he was heading and what he was doing. So about there, around about 18, I ended up working at B-Ways Hostel in the young fellas. Fast forward to where we are now, and a lot has changed, and especially the great developments.
And another question, where have you seen Vacsal having an impact on community? This could be like sports carnivals or any other programs that we've had over the years.
I'd have to say the biggest impact is Dad always had this thing about those who really struggle in community and about creating opportunities. So the RTA was a classic example. To break transgeneration incarceration and trauma, of literally how do we empower and bring those that have been struggling over generations into community work. So for me, the biggest impact would be the RTA and what it's done in empowering our community to work in community.
Thanks for that, Uncle. And good seeing you. And look us up.
My name's Lindell and I work here at Vacsal in the Homeless Outreach Program.
Alright, first question is for tonight is, what does Vacsal mean to you?
A lot, because we support community and mob out there and also work with families. So yeah, pretty blessed to work here.
And what is your role at Vacsal and what do you do?
So I'm in the Homeless Outreach team, so I support our homeless mob into finding houses, doing their VHR, and yeah, just giving the support that they need.
And one more question, how do you think, or what impacts do you think Vacsal has on community?
A lot, because we're very well known around the community. We do everything from the carnivals to the debutante balls to look at tonight and the big turnout here. So yeah, we do pretty good at Vacsal.
Alright, thanks, Ann, and have a good night.
My name's Lionel Bamberg. I'm a proud Yorta Bannerang Wiradjuri man, right? And I actually work for VAO, Victorian Aboriginal Education Association Incorporated. And yeah, I'm the general manager of that organisation, yeah.
And one of our questions tonight is, what does Vacsal mean to you, and what has it done to help you or help out what you've done in these previous 40 years?
Well, what Vacsal does for our community, and you've got to remember, I work for our community, right? So when they do things that impact into the community, that help us to do our job, right? But when you look at what they actually do, right, they're doing a fantastic job and have for a number of years. And they're building the space. I mean, they've still got the Williams Centre around the corner, right? and that's kids coming out of custody and keeping them from going back into custody. And not only that, you've got one of the things they should be really proud of is the TAFE program they run. The RTO, I should know that. That's my job. But when you think about they run an RTO, and Alf was very keen about setting that up, right? And what it's doing is really beneficial in the community, right? You got a lot of young people actually coming along and doing courses there and using that as a step ladder into their current employment and also in their role and function in the community, which is fantastic. Yeah.
And another question tonight is, it's a pretty big day for Vacsal. It's their 40th, big milestone. How old was you when you first heard about Vacsal, and could you remember where you was at the time?
Not remember where I actually was at the time, but Alf used to humbug me about it all the time because we worked very closely together. He was actually on education as well, right? And we actually worked together, and actually he floated the idea of setting up Vacsal. And I remember when it was actually in Smith Street in Collingwood, right? And actually was doing a fantastic job there. And then he was actually not fortunate enough, he worked very hard, goddamn hard, to actually move it out to here and took over this building here, right? This used to be an old RSL, and I remember that. And he actually then put it all together here, and it did a fantastic job. Yeah.
Well then, Oak, thanks for that, and have a good night tonight and enjoy yourself.
Oh, hi everybody, I'm Terry Garwood. I'm Deputy Secretary, First Peoples State Relations in the Department of Primary Cabinet. But more important than that, I'm Yorta Yorta Wamba Wamba and Wagaya. Proud to be here tonight celebrating the 40th anniversary of Vacsal. Amazing achievement.
Oh, Terry, I just want to ask you a couple of questions. What does Vacsal mean to you?
Vacsal means to me, well, it means a whole lot of things, but it means a community-controlled organisation that's focused on those areas of government that are in that community services space. So child protection, juvenile justice, corrections, all of that justice space. And then importantly, leadership and community development. It's got key roles in all of those areas, and I'm just so pleased to be here to celebrate the work of the organisation over 40 years. I can't believe 40 years has gone so quickly.
And just on that, it is a very big milestone for Vacsal, big 40 years. How old was you when you first heard about Vacsal? And also there's a second part to that question. Can you remember where you were at the time?
Young fella, that's a hard one. 1984. Oh, let me just think now. I was working in the Aboriginal Development Commission, which was an organisation before ATSIC. And I want to acknowledge as well one of the founders of Vacsal, which was Uncle Alf Bamblett. He was the first to say that he was one amongst many who established and founded the organisation, but actually I know he was the key one who actually got Vacsal going, and he saw that there was a need for an organisation in that community services space that I spoke about earlier. And I was in the Aboriginal Development Commission at the time, and I was really privileged to be involved with Uncle Alf and so many others, especially in getting the building originally, well, not the first one, but the one that was owned by Vacsal at 171 Smith Street. Then that building was sold, and the proceeds were then used to purchase this amazing building here in Northcote.
Out of all the 40 years of Vacsal, what is your favourite memory of Vacsal, of what they did for community, or just what's your favourite memory?
Yeah, okay, I've got a couple. One of them will be in the main meeting room in 171 Smith Street, where Uncle Alf was delivering cross-cultural training to basically a whole bunch of gubs, and he had this amazing big sheet of information that was huge, and it talked about our whole story of First Peoples in Victoria, and he was basically communicating a message that we were here first and this is our story and our struggle, but he was doing it in such a way to take non-Aboriginal white people on the journey to understand our situation as First Peoples. That's my one of my memories. Another memory would be some real fantastic parties at Vacsal in there as well. But I won't talk about all those. That was amazing times. And they were all about community and community building in any event. So there's a couple of memories.
And also, one last question. Where have you seen Vacsal have an impact on community?
Oh, look, in so many spaces, but particularly in the community leadership space would be what I would call out as a particular area. So knowing, and it's great to see, Uncle Alf's painting on the outside of the building, and his words of wisdom and acknowledging that we stand on the shoulders of giants that have come before us. But he was a giant, and so many other young people now stand on his shoulders, and he would be so proud of that. So from my perspective, the leadership role that Vacsal has played to promote and develop and support young people to become future leaders, because you've got to take the longer perspective here, and you've got to spread the word about having leadership, stepping up, playing a role, and Uncle Alf would be the first, a great outstanding role model of doing that, rising from humble beginnings, seventh of 14 children, amazing life story. And I know that it's used as an inspiration for so many young people when they come and participate in leadership programs here at Vacsal.
That's all the questions for tonight. Yeah, that's all. And also, have a good night tonight, and will it? We've got another guest here. Would you like to introduce yourself, Aunt?
Yeah, Muriel Bamblett. I actually was married to Alf for over 20 years. Was in a relationship with him for 30 years. So yeah, an amazing night. Yeah, you must be very proud.
Yeah, very proud. One of the questions tonight, what does Vacsal mean to you?
I think Vacsal's always been the organisation that Alf wanted it to be, about community development, about community, about bringing people together, addressing some of the issues that were no other people, particularly justice. He was really a justice, champion. He really wanted to make sure that people didn't, get overexposed to police and prisons and all those things. But he also had a really drive for community development. So he had put community development officers across the whole of Victoria to look at how do you build the community and create economic opportunities. So he was very, very much before his time, but his vision for Vacsal was all, and this building, he was able to negotiate to get this building. And, it's really something that the community is very proud of.
And another question, where have you seen Vacsal have where Vacsal made an impact in community?
Look, I think obviously the most significant is putting sport at the centre of Aboriginal ceremony, and the importance of sport and physical and Aboriginal people, and people see it as just, players running out on the field. But for Aboriginal people, football carnivals, basketball carnivals are ceremonies. They're our coming together to celebrate, to catch up with people. They're very much about keeping the community And that's what Alf wanted. And that's, obviously what your grandmother's been able to make sure continues to happen. So the Bamblets have really had a passion around community development. Alf had a really passion around obviously stray blacks, to make sure that people had somewhere to go, and because people weren't able to go to bars, they were kicked out of bars and pubs and things like that. And so Vacsal's always had the heart of the community at the centre of their work.
So it is a big milestone night for Vacsal, 40 years. Can you remember how old you was when you first heard about Vacsal?
Look, obviously 40 years, not many organisations are able to survive through that. And, governments and ministers and thrive. And so to see this organisation, and particularly when they were over in Smith Street, they were very much seen as the community. A lot of the people from the park would come to Vacsal. Vacsal never ever turned community away. It's always been the organisation people could know that they could rely on, that they could go there, get any and have a yarn and talk to people. And that's what a community-based organisation should be.
And out of all those 40 years, what is your favourite memory that you have of Vacsal? Just favourite memory that you have.
I loved all the work that they did with young people, obviously. I love going to the football matches that, they used to put on with young people. I think all of the, obviously the karaoke and the Christmas parties and the way they brought people together have always been my favourite thing. And so I love the fact that they put on the Children's Night at NAIDOC and Variety Night. And so to me, I think the highlight is the Variety Night where, community gets up and performs. And I think, that to me is what Vacsal's about, bringing community, being able to, connect with community. So I think one of the most, organisations that does the most to really keep community together.
Thanks for that, Aunt, and I hope you have a good night.
Thank you for coming along tonight. I'm going to invite Fitzroy Stars co-CEO and Caelan Brown. He's a Yorta Yorta, Gunich Mara, Wiradjuri and Wurundjeri man, and KB is here to welcome us to country. Would you please welcome KB?
Thanks, Doug. Firstly, tonight gives me great honour to be here for Vacsal's 40th anniversary. I was lucky enough to be one of my first jobs being employed here and being mentored and still mentored by some of the uncles that were around then, Uncle Alf being one of them, Uncle Phil over there, still one of my closest mentors. But just a little bit on Uncle Alf, he still mentors me through his legacy that he's left behind as well. Some of the stuff that he was a man before his age, wasn't he? He had things done and set things up for us to be here and stand up here today. So I just wanted to honour Uncle Alf, and especially the special occasion, Auntie Linda, everyone else in the room, all the elders here, and all the mob from different areas. I just wanted to welcome everyone here tonight. Gives me great honour to be here and to talk in front of you about, Vacsal and this 40th anniversary. So thank you and welcome to the lands of the Wurundjeri. We come from this land, so please look after this land while you're here and celebrating tonight, which I'm sure you will. And thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks, KB. So yes, welcome everyone to tonight. It's a great night, celebrating 40 years of Vacsal. And hopefully already you've had a chance to catch up with some friends, great family and friends. Very soon, one of the very first programs to come across to Vacsal was the Bert Williams Aboriginal Youth Service in the hostel, and it's great to see some staff here tonight. Where's Alex Cooper? Where is he? Quiet now. He'll be laughing really loud later on, are you? Well, Auntie Lou, you're keeping him in line still? Yeah, deadly, yeah. That's great. But one of the first programs to come across was Bert Williams, and we're very pleased tonight to introduce, we've got a dance group coming out of the Bert Williams, the B-Ways service. So out of one of the holiday programs, we've got a group of girls that are aged from 5 to 17 years. They're dedicated to cultural expression. Would you please put your hands together and welcome the B-Ways dance group for us? Thank you.
For the last 10 weeks, we have been practicing for this special event, so congratulations on Vacsal for their 40th anniversary. We like to call ourselves the Wiki Borais because me and my older sister, Ballaray Wiki, we taught these girls our family dances. And yeah, I guess I'll just get straight into it.
Hi, my name is Sienna Makrohes, and I'm a proud Yordi Yordi Gunda Jamara Jaja Rong Emirajiri Young Titter. Hi, my name is Shay Brown. I am proud Gunda Jamara Menangira. We would like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri people as the traditional custodians of this land and waterways that we meet on today. We would like to pay respects to elders past, present and emerging here gathered here today. Thank you.
We will now be performing the bird dance.
Hi, my name is Beyonce, and this is the Berry in Pick and Dance.
Andy, young Andy, young Andy. Johnny Gates! Johnny Gates! Johnny Gates! Gillan, Gillan, Gillan. Young Andy, young Andy, young Andy. Johnny Gates! Johnny Gates! Johnny Gates! Gillan, Gillan, Gillan. Young Andy, young Andy, young Andy. Johnny Gates! Johnny Gates! Johnny Gates! Gillan, Gillan, Gillan. Young Andy, young Andy, young Andy. Johnny Gates! Johnny Gates! Johnny
So the last and final dance we will be doing is the dance we have been working on, like we created ourselves, and it is our celebration dance. Thank you all so much for giving us the privilege to dance here. Thank you all very much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Okay, yeah, we'll do like a little introduction for everyone. So, you want to say your name and pass it on?
Hello, my name is Kiana Bailey. Hi, my name is Beyonce Erica Maggie Daniel. Hi, my name is Shay Carla Brown.
Hi, my name is Rebecca Little. I'm a proud Junipara, Bantalang, Mudbara, and Aradik.
Hello, my name's Taya Ray Bamla. I'm a proud Gunditjimara Minang, Yorta Yorta, Muddy Muddy, Wurundjeri, and so much more.
Hi, my name is Sienna and I'm a proud Yorta Yorta Gunditjimara, Jar Jar Wurundjeri. Hi, my name is Talia Buck. I'm a proud Yorta Yorta Gunditjimara, Wurundjeri. Hi, my name is Maya Kabe Edwards. Hi, my name is Kania Ray. I am Junibara Bunjalan Gunai Kurnai girl.
Hi, my name is Liana Little. I'm a proud Junibara, Abanjalang, Aranda, Mudbara girl. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Thank you all very much once again. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Hey, once again, a big round of applause for the B-Ways dancers. How deadly is it to see not only our future there in the dances, but also our past. Who noticed some of the traits there of mothers' or fathers' behaviours? Grandfather, grandmother's behaviours, yes. Like Uncle Alf would have said, there's no such thing as a free feed. And so tonight, we've got a couple of guest speakers lined up. We're going to give out some awards, and then we've also got a presentation to go as well. Our first speaker that I'd like to introduce tonight is our chairperson of Vacsal. He's also been the chairperson of many other organisations. I'm going to ask Uncle Des Morgan to come forward. He's a Yorta man. He's a leader and an advocate for our community. As I said, 40 years of working and serving on boards, not only at Vacsal but also recently at Val's. They celebrated his 40 years. I reckon you'll leave it. Yeah, I know. He's also been part of BAI for a long time, empowering communities. Just one of them deadly fellas that's been around in our community for as long as I can remember, and led the way. And like KB acknowledged, the people that have been here and our mentors. Will you please welcome our chairperson, Mr. Des Morgan.
First of all, I'd like to acknowledge the lands that we're on tonight celebrating. Pay my respects to the traditional owners, custodians of the land, to the Wurundjeri people. Acknowledge their elders, past, present, those that are present in the room. I'd also like to acknowledge my elders, past and present, and those that... Not many? Well, depends on your definition of elder. Strong, proud, knowledgeable, and there's plenty of them in this room, and I acknowledge them as my elders, particularly yourself, Lionel, Esme, all parts of my family as well as parts of the community, and they're my elders. So, I'd like to acknowledge the Honourable Natalie Hutchins, Minister for Jobs and Industry since 2003, Minister for Women since June 2022, Minister for Treaty and First Peoples, Kat Theonopoulos, Parliamentary Secretary for Women's Health since December 22, and MP for Northcote, which is important to us because we're one of your constituents. Yana Stewart, Chair of Joint Standing Committee on Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island Affairs. Chris Cousins, Parliamentary Secretary for First Peoples since June 2022. And also like to acknowledge all the current board, particularly my Deputy Chair, Ralph Bamlett. I'm looking at Robert, one who I've spent all day with, and he's one of our current members, and the other board. Also, I'd like to acknowledge past board members who've given so much to this organisation over those 40 years. Arnie Bunter-Patton, who's no longer with us. One of my best mates, Sid Clark, who's no longer with us anymore. I'd like to acknowledge Deidre King, Arnie Deidre, and Uncle Jumbo Pearson. There's so many more that I just can't mention them all. But if I haven't mentioned you, I haven't forgotten you, because you're right there in my memory. Particular I'd like to acknowledge Dr. Alf Bamblett, Brother Alf Bamblett, who, and I suppose I'd better mention Uncle Johnny Gorry, Uncle Phil Cooper, who has given a lot, not only to Vacsal, but the whole community. But Alf Bamblett, what do you say about a man like him? Such a strong leader, a visionary in our time. Someone said before, a man before his time. Well, maybe he may be one of those people that live on in history, because to me he's not gone. He's still in my heart, he's in my head. He's in this building every time I walk into it. And it's not just because his painting's on that wall outside. It's because his spirit's here, and his spirit's within the within the organisation and the people that work here, because the ethos of this magical place is something that he developed, and he sold it to all of us. He sold us the dream that we can do whatever we want to do, put our mind to it, and we can make it happen. One of the boys asked me outside, what was your best time at Vacsal? Well, it's all been good time. Even the hard times have been good times, because it was committed people who were committed to a similar cause, the same cause, make our people great again. And that cause came, the message came from Alf, how to do that. These are the philosophies that you must follow to make our people great again. We don't deserve to be in the prisons. We don't deserve to be in our out-of-home care. We don't deserve to die young. And when you see the talent that those young ones showed us earlier, it just shows we have the talent, we have the spirit. We don't deserve to be in those places and subject to those sorts of conditions. Alf said, when someone asked him one day, why does Vacsal do that? He says, we do it because no one else will. If they can't do it, Vacsal can do it. If they won't do it, Vacsal will do it. This is Vacsal. I also acknowledge, all the sorts of contributions that Alf made to the legal service, to government as well, policies within government, speaking to anyone who would listen about the plight of our people and the position that we should hold within this community. When they offered us another building apart from this one, he said, no, I want that building because it's on High Street, and I want to be there where everyone can see us. We belong in this community. This is our land. This is our community. And we've got to be visible in it. Excuse me. So that's my acknowledgement to our brother Alf. Miss him every day. Used to row with him a lot, but didn't we all? And sometimes he'd disagree with you, and then next time you were talking to someone, he'd come up with an idea and say, yeah, that come from up the river there. So he acknowledged her in that way. But we always love him, we always miss him. And he built this place. I'd like to also acknowledge Linda, Pam, and Brad and Phil in that area too, because they carried on the workload and continued to build the dream to make Vacsal what it is today. Vacsal has gone from strength to strength under their leadership, and here's to you two. Years 4 years are great, The board could never have done what we've done without the great employees of this place. So here's to the staff. And I tell them at every AGM how good they are. And some of the other organisations say they're not that good. But they are, and I think they are anyway. They are. So anyway, so I'll read the speech now. Tonight we gather not only to celebrate a milestone, but to reflect on a journey of resilience, empowerment and community strength. As Chair of the Board of Vacsal, I am deeply honoured to stand before you on this auspicious occasion of our 40th anniversary. 4 decades ago, a vision took root, a vision of providing essential services and support to the Victorian Aboriginal community. It was a time when the challenges we faced were profound, yet so too was our determination. From these early days, Vacsal has grown into a cornerstone of support and advocacy. Reflecting on our journey, I am humbled by the dedication and hard work of all those who have contributed to Vacsal's success. Our founders, past and present board members, staff, volunteers, and most importantly, our community members. Each of you has played a pivotal role in shaping Vacsal into what it is today, a dynamic organisation that stands at the forefront of Aboriginal community services in Victoria. This is where it says I should pay tribute to Alf, and I would gladly do it again, but I won't put you through it because I could talk about my old brother for hours. Through the years, we have faced many obstacles, but we have also celebrated countless successes. We've grown our organisation to meet ever-increasing needs of community across all our services and programs that we deliver, ensuring that cultural integrity is at the heart of all we do. Our achievements are a testament to the strength of our community and the unwavering commitment to our shared goals. So once again, thanks for turning up to celebrate Vacsal. And when we celebrate Vacsal, we celebrate everyone that's been involved in bringing it to life and developing it into the body that it is today. So I'm very proud to be Chair of Vacsal. I'm very proud to be associated with its employees and its board members, and particularly Linda and Pam, the two CEO and Deputy. You just do a great job. Here's to Vacsal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Uncle Des, for that speech, and just to Lily, and acknowledging elders and the work and how we got here. There's 40 years, and I guess the work was done a long time it was started a lot before, 84. There's a lot of work going on in the background, and yet we acknowledge all that work that's been done. So thank you, Alf. Thank you to Des for that and acknowledging Alf and all that. We've still got a bit to go. And the reason I say thank you, Alf, because he's in my head. So just reminding you, there's no such thing as a free feed. You know, just get through a couple of little speeches and just... So I'd hate to be the next speech between us and dinner. No. No. Our next speaker is someone that's very important to us. She's a tireless advocate for social justice, equality and the rights of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities. I'm going to call the Minister, the Honourable Natalie Hutchins, who's the Minister for Jobs, Industry, Women, as well as Treaty and First Peoples. She's dedicated her career to improving the lives of Victorians. And she's had... Do you want to read all of this? You told me to read all of this, but you said to... Okay, no. But she is a minister that's done quite a bit, and I think, and I will move on to let her speak, but just wanted to make sure that we pay the due respects that you have done quite a lot for the community. Would you please welcome the Honourable Natalie Hutchins?
Thank you, Tony. Can I begin by acknowledging traditional owners of the land or Wurundjeri and pay my respects to elders past and present, and to say I'm so happy to be here celebrating this amazing milestone with you tonight, 40 years. To Des, thank you for your leadership. To Annie Linda Bamblett, thank you for your work and commitment. To Pam, thank you. And to all the Vacsal board members for a long time, all of the employees that put in every day, and a special welcome and acknowledgement to all the elders that are here today. And I have to do a shout out to my two parliamentary sisters who are here. Kat Theophanis, member for Northcote, and Christine Cousins, member for Geelong and parliamentary secretary for First Peoples, and both great champions of First Nations people in our parliament. And thank you for always supporting me in the work that I do. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So, happy anniversary, 40 years for Vacsal. Linda, you must have been 5 years old when you got involved. I mean, 7, all right. But the advocacy that you've done as an organisation, the work that you've done has been absolutely outstanding, and what you have done is demonstrated how self-determination really works to close those gaps that exist between Aboriginal people in Victoria and non-Aboriginal people. And I think that Vacsal's reach, particularly with the carnivals, I've got to say, some of my best memories over the last 10 years in this portfolio have been your sports carnivals. The rivalry, I haven't seen anything like it. But the way that you bring people together, the way you connect young people, the way you connect families, that can't be underestimated, the importance of that, so thank you. And I'd also like to highlight the dedication of you, Annie Linda, tonight. I had the pleasure of inducting you into the Aboriginal Honour Roll, and your bio said that you have navigated diverse roles and responsibilities with unwavering determination in your work. Your tenure in the Aboriginal community-controlled organisation sector and across government has been characterised by a commitment to community development, youth empowerment, leadership, all within your time in Vacsal. It mentions that you envisage a future where treaty becomes the vehicle for true self-determination, and that's not just a catchphrase, but a tangible reality that upholds the rights of Aboriginal Victorians for generations to come. So can I thank you for your leadership, for the leadership of this organisation and everybody that has worked in it. We wouldn't be on the path to treaty without staunch community leaders like is in this room. And over the last 10 years, I know for me, I know it's 40 years tonight, but for me 10 years being a representative in the Parliament of Aboriginal portfolios. I've got to say, we often talk and focus on the gaps that exist and the detriments and the challenges. But I want to say a huge thank you for the gift that you have all given me, and that is to experience your culture, your appreciation of family, your connection to country, and quite frankly, your love. There's nothing like it. You are truly the richest community here in Victoria, and I say thank you. I need to just touch on the work that Uruk is doing, because truth-telling is such an important journey, and I know that Annie Linda and others from Vacsal have been before Uruk, making sure that your truth has been told, your experiences. And the Uruk Justice Commission is investigating parts of the past that we all know have been buried, and it's getting it on the public agenda. The work of truth-telling is an important part of building a new future and working together. And Vacsal's evidence at the Uruk Justice Commission highlighted the significant role that Aboriginal organisations play, and I thank you for that. Finally, we are on the path to treaty, and I want to acknowledge the founder of this organisation, Dr. Alf Bamblett, who I had the pleasure in my first day in the role of being the Minister for Aboriginal Affairs, of sitting next to him in Queen's Hall and talk to him in depth about what the future he saw was for Aboriginal Victorians. And treaty was at the heart of that. Self-determination was at the heart of that. And I thank him. And it was just brilliant to see the mural coming in here tonight, that he is, and his spirit is in the room and watching over us and a part of so many of the people that are here tonight. And you see that in the beautiful faces of the young dancers that were performing for us. The spirit is strong, and the spirit of this organisation is strong. Wishing you all the best for the next 40 years. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister Hutchins. Thanks for those kind words. Our next speaker, yeah. You want to do it from there? She was going to do it in dance, theatrical mime, but no, seriously. Thanks again, Minister. So now I've got the pleasure of introducing to the stage, would you please welcome to sing a couple of songs for us tonight from her latest album called I Am the CEO of Vacsal. Her unwavering dedication and passion for the organisation. Auntie Linda has this ability just to read the room, calm the fun a little bit, and then provide this insightful and informed direction. She's allowed Vacsal's flame to keep burning. And as staff, we're privileged for her leadership and just stronger for her presence. Would you please welcome Auntie Linda Bamblett, our CEO.
I know people won't think I'm a Bamblett because I hate really flowery stuff about myself. Lionel. I think I might take after Lionel a little bit because he's probably the same. So I'll go with my speech, Des. Okay, so good evening everyone, and I'd like to welcome you all to this wonderful event, the Vacsal 40th anniversary dinner. It is such a wonderful event. I want to acknowledge country, but first I want to thank KB. Auntie Di is ill, and so Alex was with her. Sorry, Auntie Di. But thank you, KB, for filling in the gap and doing the welcome to country. You always do an amazing job. You're an amazing speaker. So I would like to acknowledge country.
that we're on the land of the Wurundjeri people, and pay my respects to their elders, past, present, and certainly to their emerging leadership. We're joined here in these celebrations tonight by the Honourable Natalie Hutchins, Senator. I don't know if Jana's here. I know that she was invited. Kat, thank you very much. Chris is here. Chris Cousins. The Mayor of Darebin is with us tonight. Thank you very much. Wonderful support. Tonight is probably about acknowledging people as well as a celebration. So I'd like to acknowledge our current board members, Des Morgan, Ralph Bamblett, Luana Moore, Keith Randall, Esme Bamblett, Rachel Druitt and Robert Saunders. Now I know all you mob would call them auntie and uncle, but I don't. They're my age. I'd also like to acknowledge our representatives from our sister organisations, the Aborigines Advancements League, the oldest continuous living organisation in the country, the Victorian Aboriginal Childcare Agency, VARS, ACES, VAI and Vacsal. All of you have been involved in Vacsal in some shape or form since the beginning. Over many years, we've worked in collaboration and supported each other to meet the needs of our community. I, along with everyone else, must honour my brother, Dr. Alf Bamblett, the founding CEO of Vacsal. His vision, dedication laid the foundation for what we have achieved today. Alf's leadership and unwavering commitment have been an inspiration to us all. Like I could go all night about Alf, but we all know it. I want to take this opportunity to thank his family for sharing Alf over the many years of service to Vacsal. His contribution and leadership to Vacsal, as well as to the whole of Aboriginal affairs, is unmatched. As current CEO of Vacsal, it is with immense pride and gratitude that I stand before you tonight to celebrate 40 years of Vacsal. This milestone is incredibly meaningful to me, not just as CEO, but as someone who's been part of the Vacsal journey over many years. To me, tonight is one of celebration, but it is also a time to pay homage to those who have contributed to the life of Vacsal. Certainly, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the current board members, as well as the many wonderful community members who have previously held positions on the Vacsal Board of Directors. And to certainly, I see many of them in here tonight, past employees. Which leads me to, I want to spend some time talking about the real heartbeat of Vacsal, our incredible staff who often don't receive public acknowledgement that they deserve. Without their dedication, loyalty and hard work, Vacsal would not be the organisation that it is today. They are the ones who bring our mission to life, day in and day out, ensuring that we continue to serve and support our community. Our staff's commitment to Vacsal and the community is unparalleled. They ensure that in meeting the needs of community, we have cultural integrity at the heart of the work that we do, that we work at the work that we do and the service we provide is client-centred, and that when clients come to Vacsal, we don't see the issue. We don't see the problem. We see the person standing in front of us. And that relationships that you develop is the only way to provide assistance. You have to develop trust. And that's why it has to be client-centred. To put it simply, without the dedication of our staff, we would not be able to continue providing the services and programs we have over the past 40 years. To our board members, partners, supporters, and again, our staff, thank you for your unwavering support and dedication. Together, we have built a strong foundation, and together we will continue to grow and to empower the Victorian Aboriginal community. I hope that you all have a deadly night tonight. Okay, so it is about celebration. Remember that. Get the formalities over and let's dance up. Okay, and here's to the next 40 years of Vacsal. Thank you.
I have a responsibility to ensure that I can inform as many people as I can about the things that I learned that are good. I don't want them to learn all those bad things I used to practice. But I do want to be able to say, here are some of the things about that wisdom, and here are the things, because it's a part of that wisdom that makes you fulfil that elder role.
On TV I saw a story about the Melbourne Blacks, a story that is touching, a story that is fact. In the story a group of people sitting in a park, drinking in harmony, drinking until dark. You wonder
and need to ensure that they get the education, they get the jobs, they have a lifestyle that will provide them with something while they remain and develop and become stronger in their parenting, in their culture base, in their language, in the song, in the dance, in the ceremony, and all of the things that make you something pretty special in this country.
That's thrown onto a fire. All we've got is our ancient weapon, that is our only trade. Compared to all the immigrants, look how much we've made. You look down your noses and see the black man groveling down at your feet. Weary eyes looking back at you, waiting for the message to get through.
This is your history. This is who you are. This is what you are. Be strong. Be brave. Face the world. Make a difference. And we hope, likewise, that the message we get across allows people to make that choice.
If I could just have your attention just for a couple more minutes, and for what for us is a really, really important part of the night, other than the singing and dancing later on, of course. But it's time just to acknowledge and pay some respects, to make some awards to some people who have helped Vacsal get to where we are today. And so first up, we're going to bestow the honour of Life Member of Vacsal onto John Gorry. Uncle John is a distinguished elder from down that Gippsland way. He devoted his life to advancing Aboriginal rights and community welfare. He was born in Melbourne in 1950 and raised at the Lake Tyre Missions. His early experiences instilled in him a deep commitment to his people and their heritage. Throughout his life, he has advocated for community. Throughout his tenure on the board at Vacsal and his career as an Aboriginal liaison officer at the Victorian Department of Community Services, I have very fond memories of John returning a car and saying to the carpool guy, "If an elder wants to smoke in the car, they can smoke in the car." I said, "Did you have to tell the guys in the carpool that you're the elder?" No. Sorry, I digress. Throughout his tenure, John, he's been a stalwart and a supporter and an advocate for Vacsal. He's contributing significantly to its longevity and resilience. He's had this commitment to the Aboriginal community, and it's been exemplified by his advocacy for Vacsал's programs, his strong relationship with government officials, ensuring that Aboriginal voices are heard and respected in policy-making circles. John's dedication extends beyond his professional roles. He remains deeply connected to his community, embodying the values of integrity, leadership, cultural preservation and resilience. As I said, we're bestowing this honour of life membership onto John in recognition of his exceptional contributions as a leader and an advocate, his tireless efforts to improve community relations, his pivotal role in government and advocacy for Vacsal, his unwavering commitment to Aboriginal affairs and Aboriginal rights exemplify his leadership. John has profoundly influenced Aboriginal affairs in Victoria, leaving an indelible mark on the community and inspiring future generations to continue his work of empowerment and justice. To accept this award on John's behalf, would you please welcome Uncle Phil Cooper. Uncle John just couldn't be here tonight. Can I just clarify that first? Yeah.
To me, this is very emotional because we've been there, we've done hard struggles for many years. Alf Bamblett, Desi Morgan, Larry Kanoa, and then years ago for Vacsal and many other organisations around the place was Terry Garwood, Noel and Bunter, who, regardless whatever other people had said, they were the engine room to get our money that we got Vacsal, Valves, VAI, and all those other organisations. They got it from the government. They walked a very fine line, and they did it. And with Goz, Gorry, it was great to see the kids that came out here, and it was great too that they didn't play the dig, because Goz always said, no matter where we were throughout Australia, and that when we went to national meetings and that, he said, in Victoria, we don't have a didgeridoo. It's not our culture, not traditional. We've got guitars, he said. That was Goz. And Goz always said that, when he had a break from department, he's going home to live off the land. Anyways, we got worried about him one day, and we said, rang up, where's Goz? Have you seen him down there? They said, yeah. This is after him telling me that he's going to live off the land. They said, yeah, he's just come out of a fish and chip shop and he's gone to the TAB. But over the years, people that have supported Aboriginal issues and our history and those kind of things, I'm glad that Nellie's here, and also too, Kat, over those years that we've been struggling in that, they're the ones that sort of went to government and pushed it, And we've had a few other Member of Parliaments, the rest of it, around the place that have been in there and made sure that we had a say, even though that our voice with the no vote went down the drain, and we were then sort of a target for the rest of those other rednecks and the rest of it. But as always, as Alf Bamblett has said, we are a family, we have connections, we have the spiritual connection throughout, we will survive. And the resilience of Alf and everybody else, and you can see all the people here tonight. Muriel, Esme, Lionel, Pam, Noel, Terry, Linda, and Teresa, of course. Behind every man around the place, there's a woman there, mate. And if you don't believe that, you're going to go home and get killed. No. But thank you very much. And as my brother boy, Alf Bamblett, he said, we are family. We always will be.
Hi everyone. I wanted to add to Tony's amazing background to GOZ, and I know he's not well enough to be here tonight, but there was something else along in the background that I wanted to reflect on, which was that GOZ got a public service medal, PSM. So it's John Gorrie, PSM, and he was the first Aboriginal person in the state. In fact, he may have been in the country who got a public service medal. So I just want to acknowledge that. Thank you. And I think I can safely say he will probably value this award more than the PSM, but nonetheless, thank you everybody for acknowledging GOZ. Thank you.
And I'm going to tell him for a long time, though, right?
Thank you. Thank you for accepting that, Uncle Phil, and thank you, Uncle Terry. I thought you were going to tell the story about how at the... no, we're not allowed to tell that one. All right. Yeah. Next up, we have another life membership to bestow, and it takes, for me, great pleasure, great personal pleasure, to introduce to our next life member tonight is Auntie Margaret Atkinson. Whilst Auntie Marg, she's a respected elder of Tungarong, Yorta Yorta, Waveroo and Wurundjeri heritage. She's a dedicated advocate and community leader, renowned for her unwavering commitment to advancing Aboriginal education and cultural empowerment. Auntie Marg's journey as a Warwicker broker with the Victorian Aboriginal Education Association, alongside her significant contributions at the Gippsland and East Gippsland Aboriginal Co-op, as well as her work in Morwell, and particularly her work at the Victorian Aboriginal Childcare Agency, spans decades of service marked by tireless advocacy and profound impact. Auntie Marg's leadership and guidance has been pivotal in shaping initiatives that promote cultural awareness and education within Victoria's Aboriginal communities. Her tenure as a Vacsal Community Development Officer was pioneering. She was one of the ones that come across from the department in 1984. Beyond her formal roles, Auntie Marg remains a steadfast ally and advocate, ensuring that the voices and needs of Aboriginal elders are heard and respected. Auntie Marg's being acknowledged with life membership in recognition of her exceptional leadership, advocacy and enduring dedication to the advancement of Aboriginal communities. Her lifelong commitment to sharing knowledge, fostering respect for elders and championing Aboriginal education exemplifies her profound impact and lasting legacy within the Vacsal and broader community. Auntie Margaret Atkinson. There's Robert too. This is right there.
God, I don't know what to say. I nearly didn't come because I broke my front tooth. I wish I knew I would have written a speech. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been back here at Vacsal, and it brings back a lot of memories of a lot of our good friends and community members we've lost. So it's kind of a happy and sad time for me. I don't know what to say. I'm I'm just so proud. So thank you so much for the recognition and, I still support that I still get from, and I try to give to my community. This little black girl from Swan Hill, Gippsland, I'm still around. Thank you all. Thank you.
Unfortunately, the pies couldn't do it for us tonight, Aunt. Hey, Auntie Marg Atkinson again, please. Thank you. One of the originals, along with Flash, Jumbo, Bill Bellings, Auntie Molly, all that mob that come across. Our third Life Membership Award tonight goes to another one who's a stalwart in Aboriginal affairs. And I wouldn't be able to try to tell the story without saying his name because I'm pretty sure you'd guess it pretty early on. So could I please call back to accept life membership Uncle Phil Cooper? Uncle Phil Cooper, he's a stalwart of Aboriginal affairs in Victoria who embodies a lifetime of dedication and service to his community. Born in Mooroopna in 1950, Uncle Phil's upbringing instilled in him a deep sense of resilience and advocacy, shaped by the challenges of frequent relocations and a commitment to education as a pathway to empowerment. Over nearly 4 decades, he's been instrumental in advancing Aboriginal rights and services, contributing significantly to organisations such as the Victorian Aboriginal Education Association Inc. and the Victorian Aboriginal Legal Service, where he served alongside John Gorrie and Alf Bamblett. Phil's impact on Vacsal has been profound. His leadership in developing programs addressing family violence and promoting Indigenous men's employment has been pivotal, reflecting his belief in utilising community knowledge to drive meaningful change. His roles in various advisory and management positions, he was once the CEO of the Ballarat Aboriginal Co-op and got the West Vic Eels going. He also was a co-chair of the Victorian NAIDOC Committee and served on many advisory panels for Darebin City Council and the Victorian Police, highlighting his strategic influence and dedication to improving policies affecting Aboriginal communities. Uncle Phil is receiving this Life Membership Award from Vacsal in recognition of his outstanding contributions to Aboriginal advocacy and community development. His relentless commitment to advancing education, promoting cultural resilience and advocating for justice has left an indelible mark on generations of Indigenous Australians, embodying the spirit of leadership and the service that defines his legacy. Uncle Phil Cooper, everyone.
It's all. Now, as I said before, that this is a very emotional part of our journey with all of you mob out there, and especially, as I said before, Des Morgan, Terry Garwood, Noel, Bunter, Lorraine Patton, of course, if people don't know, and Larry Kanoa, and, Alf Bamblett, Terry Hood, and all those people that, there's not many people that we owe from years ago. Our elders, they've fought so hard, and their resilience over the years, where they lived on missions, where they fought hard to keep us, feed us, roof over our head, clothes on our back, and those kind of things. Our elders, And all you young people out there should realise where you're coming from, what they've done for all of us. Otherwise, we wouldn't have what we got now. But it was because of them. And if it wasn't for people like Des Morgan, Larry Kanoa, Alf Bamblett, Terry Hood, and all those guys that we all got together, and we fought the hard fight many years ago, and because we followed the legacies of our elders, and our elders are the ones that, were the ones that got us where we are nowadays. And, sorry, I've got to go.
Would you please once again thank and congratulate Uncle Phil, Uncle John Gorry, Auntie Margaret Atkinson. Ladies and gentlemen, or hey you mob, that brings us to the end of our formal part of this evening. Stick around, we've got just a little bit of entertainment ready for you in a couple of minutes. Thank you.
Families are forever. Singing and dancing in the bush. Oh, there's lots of laughter. Our elders have families, our mom and dads. Families are forever. 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 They got married early, never had no money, and then he got laid off, really in his kids. He started up his drinking, then they started fighting. He took it pretty badly, he took home the kids. She said, I'm not standing by, watch you slowly die, watch me walk.
media.